These two women are friends, but their special bond goes beyond just friendship. One is alive because of the other, and today they're sharing their story.
Millions of Americans are out of work, and many qualified workers are finding themselves on the market for the first time in years, in some cases decades. A lot has changed when it comes to hitting the pavement, what you should and shouldn't do to get back into the workforce.
Making history fun for everyone. History is not just about presidents and wars and treaties. It's about the life the people who were here before us lived on Delmarva. One local museum is taking us back to the past.
Colombian, Arabica, Kenyan, the different kinds of coffee beans used to make the perfect cup of joe are endless. But a good cup of coffee takes more than a good grind and brew. We're learning how to roast the beans and the math and science that's involved in this complicated process.
And you want a good night's sleep? Hit the kitchen. We've got a recipe that will help you get the Z's you need, plus show you what else you can eat to avoid counting the sheep. Delmarva Life starts right now.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Lisa Bryant.
I'm Jimmy Hopper. Welcome to Delmarva Life from historic Studio D.
And are you ready?
No. We've been talking about this for how many days now, and I'm still not ready for this storm. This is crazy.
You know what I heard it called over in D.C.? Snowquestration.
Snowquestration. Oh my! Well, our newest WBOC meteorologist, Mike Lichniak, he invented a new term this morning. He invented, let me see if I get this right, the kitchen sink advisory.
Oh.
It was about 4 o'clock and everything came down at the same time. We got the coastal flood warning, we got the high wind advisory, we got the winter storm watches. All this stuff just out of nowhere. He says everything that he knows of was called for.
Really?
So there's a new kitchen sink advisory just in case.
There's no heat advisory in there because that would just take care of all of it.
Yeah, that would do it. That, from one end to the other, yeah. So it's still kind of crazy exactly what this thing is going to do. So let's go ahead and check in with Chief Meteorologist Dan Satterfield to get the latest from the Newsplex.
Well, thanks, Lisa and Jimmy. We are indeed tracking what may turn out to be the most significant storm here on Delmarva since Hurricane Sandy, a major coastal storm with wind, rain, coastal flooding, and yes, perhaps even some snow here on Delmarva. If we get the snow, it will be a heavy, wet snow at that. First of all, your drive home this evening, not going to be a problem, just increasing high clouds as we go through the afternoon, but the rain will move in later on tonight. And let's show you what the winds are going to be doing in the Atlantic tomorrow. A gale warning posted that may turn into a storm warning, which is a step up. That's in between a storm warning and then you would go to hurricane warning. Seas tomorrow building to 10 to 15 feet. Winds out of the east 25 to 45 knots. That's about 55 miles an hour. And on the coast tomorrow afternoon, we could very well see winds out of the east gusting to 55. Now, if we take a look on the radar as well, we can show you the zooming in here, let me just pop this over to the watches and warnings map. Take a look at that. See the blue counties there? That's a winter storm watch that has now been posted for parts of Delmarva, Newcastle and Kent counties, also areas of Delmarva from the Cambridge area on up to the north, the Maryland counties on the eastern shore. Right now, Wacomico and area south not included. On the other side of the bay, winter storm watch in those counties in pink, that is a winter storm warning. They're going to see much heavier snow over there. Now, we started off in the 20s this morning. Temperatures, though, have now climbed up to between 46 and 50 degrees in most locations, a little chillier in Dover at 44. And the winds, not too bad. The winds will not pick up until late tonight. And there's the storm coming in from the west. The rain already moving across parts of Kentucky and Indiana and Ohio. And then on the north side of it, snow. But what's going to happen for Delmarva is a strong low will develop on the coast. And what that low will do is intensify the winds, intensify the rain, and it's going to make its own cold air. And that's why we're worried that we may end up seeing a few inches of heavy, wet snow. Travel tomorrow is certainly going to be difficult. We'll keep you updated, and you can always get the latest on WBOC.com.
Alrighty, well, here's a definition that you need to familiarize yourself with, just in case you're not familiar with it already. Delaware school students are going to have to be careful about what they say now online, and it's because of cyberbullying. There's new regulations that prohibiting cyberbullying in Delaware, and they take effect within the next few days. Cyberbullying is defined as anything addressed directly, electronic communication specifically, electronic communication directed at an identifiable student or group. Make sure you understand that. It's starting up in Delaware. Maryland is just now really getting started with their legislation to address the entire issue. So make sure you understand it, make sure your kids understand it.
Absolutely.
So there's no problems there.
Yeah, adults and children.
And children, yes.
Well, the Veterans Memorial in Federalsburg is finally becoming a reality just in time for Memorial Day. Now, you may remember Manny Ruiz of Federalsburg. He was a U.S. Navy paramedic He died in a 2007 helicopter crash in Iraq. His mother, Lisa, and father, Manuel, introduced the idea 5 years ago. Now, did you know Fredericksburg has lost at least one native son in military service during every American war?
Wow, there's a streak you really don't want to have.
No, I know. I was not aware of that. You can still buy bricks for the memorial. Order forms can be picked up at the Fredericksburg VFW post on Veterans Drive, or interested people can call Lisa Ruiz at 410-829-0995. People interested in donating money to the Memorial Fund can also call that number.
Yeah, and that, by the way, was Manny's mom.
Yeah.
Mom and dad started it up. Okay, help me out with this, because I've been fascinated by the entire aspect of them upgrading and improving the Ocean City Convention Center, the Old Powell Convention Center.
Right.
But now there's some concern about what they're going to do with it.
Right. I was reading an article in Ocean City today. It says that there's a group, I guess they have the big cheerleading competition come in there a couple times a year, and it brings in a ton of money to the area. Well, they're concerned about what this expansion will do for their event, because they need lots of floor space. Now, you may remember the second phase of the expansion is to expand the theater. Well, that means actually taking what was 2 floors and making it into one big theater. So they're losing that second floor so they can have balconies and you know, a vaulted ceiling and everything. So the people with the cheerleading group are concerned, and they are going to talk with Ocean City leaders and try to work it all out.
What now?
But yeah, you know, it's an expansion, but they're losing square footage, so to speak. So
that's interesting.
It is interesting.
Keep an eye on that. Do you like playing dodgeball?
I don't.
No?
I don't. It hurts.
Well, there's that, yeah. I was okay with dodgeball. I just couldn't move quite quick. Anyway, Delaware Law Enforcement for Special Olympics is hosting a dodgeball tournament Saturday, March 23rd, called Dodgeball Madness. They've raised over $20,000 for Special Olympics in Delaware so far. Now, looking for teams. Would you like to put together a team? Here's the deal. 6 players on a team, 2 alternate players. Everybody's got to be at least 16 years old. It's going to be in the gym at Caesar Rodney High School in Camden. If you want to register your team, you got to do it by March 14th. Now, if you want to know a little bit more, maybe get a form, ask specifics, there's the number to call, 302-831-3482. And
speaking of raising money, we're going to have a fundraiser for Joe Flacco. It seems that he's in need of it.
That poor
no,
guy.
I'm being sarcastic, I hope.
How is he going to pull this off?
I don't know.
His budget must be horrible.
Only $29 million signing bonus. How can you fill your truck with gas on that?
How do you do that? I mean, groceries.
Well, he signed that dotted line yesterday. The Super Bowl MVP is now the highest paid player in NFL history, but he says that won't last long. Here's the details of the deal. We have tissues for the audience. $120.6 million for 6 years.
Oh.
He receives a $29 million signing bonus.
Unbelievable.
$52 million in guaranteed money and $51 million during the first 2 years of the deal. You know, and he's waited. I mean, he's waited so long for this.
Yeah.
He's 28 years old already.
28 years old.
I mean, you know, he's ready to hang it up.
That's not even enough to fill up the cup holder in the
No, congratulations, Joe. We're proud of you.
Good job, Joe. Don't know what we'd do without you. You know, we have said this many times. Some people will do absolutely anything. Our director, Warren, sent this one to me. Take a look at this picture. I want you to notice the guy on the left in the purple sash who's having his picture taken with Cardinal Sergio Sebastiana.
Okay.
Guy on the left with a purple sash is a fake father. He actually, that purple sash is a common scarf. You'll notice he's wearing a fedora instead of a skull cap, and security guards finally noticed, you know, his cassock is a little shorter than it ought to be. He was pretending to be somebody to get into the College of Cardinals while they're trying to make a decision about the Pope.
Wow.
He actually got past the first security position.
Oh my goodness.
And then somebody said, wait a minute. Come here.
Oh,
so they got him out.
Goodness.
Everything was fine, though.
I'd like to see his Facebook post. I did it.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Yeah, this just happened.
This just happened. Okay, so we know that you have waited all week long for your daily dose of cute. Here it is. We'd like to show you this little cute little
it's
polar bear. Yeah. The Buffalo Zoo introduced this little guy. He is actually still too young to put out on regular display. And watch this. He hasn't been named yet, by the way. He was born in November.
I think they should name him Fluffy.
The zoo is actually putting up regular Facebook posts of how he's doing. You can watch him on like closed circuit camera at the zoo.
That is so cute.
Afternoons, but he's not out You want one now, don't you?
I do, if he doesn't grow up.
I start to say, you know, they get bigger.
Yeah, right. Another thing that we're keeping a
say it's
close
nice.
eye on, a lot of people are keeping a close eye on, is the Eagle Cam that is in the Blackwater National Wildlife Refuge. Take a look at this. 3 eaglets have hatched since March 1st in the past 4 or 5 days. And that is the mom right there, so I'm told. It's interesting to see the mom and dad take care of the nest. Both of them, the dad is pulling his weight.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and if you would like to watch, we have a link to this webcam on our website, and that's delmarvalife.com. And there's an upcoming festival to celebrate the eagle. It's the 13th annual Eagle Festival at Blackwater National Wildlife Refuge. There will be children's activities, a kids archery range, exhibits, and it's all free.
Best part.
Here's the details.
Everything eagle.
It's a Saturday, March 9th at Blackwater National Wildlife Refuge in Cambridge. It is from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. and like I said, it is free. And if you don't know where it is, just go to Cambridge and just keep driving south.
You'll find it. You will find it.
If you hit the water, you've gone too far.
Gone too far.
Yeah, but those eagles are cute.
We have. I just recently learned what the Harlem Shake was. Okay, maybe I'm a little bit slow and behind the curve, but the Harlem Shake, for those of you who don't know, it's not necessarily. Is it a particular piece of music?
I think it's a particular piece of music, but as far as what the dance is, I'm not sure that there is like, actual steps and moves and things like that.
What I've seen is it starts out kind of reasonable,
Right.
and then it goes crazy.
Right, and we have a great example. This was taken on Delmarva. This is Wallops, NASA Wallops Island. All right, they're
Okay.
busy. They're blasting off rockets, right?
See, I think that's funny in and of itself. I could be entertained by that for a half an hour. But wait, there's more, isn't there? Yes, there is. We need to give these guys more rockets to shoot off.
Yeah,
How about that?
things getting a little crazy in Mission Control.
Okay, that wasn't during a real rocket launch.
No.
That was just having fun.
No, and don't call your local representatives
Yeah,
and saying, this is my tax dollars at work, nothing like that. All right, well, still to come on Delmarva Life, it's the ultimate gift. Giving one of your organs to save the life of another person. For 2 women here on Delmarva, it's a story they know all too well, and it involved a kidney. When we come back, we introduce you to 2 remarkable women and how you can support the fight against kidney disease.
Plus, as the jobless rate grows, the number of people out on the street looking for a job is growing too. Now, that means there's a lot more qualified people who are vying for the same position you're looking for. The job-seeking mistakes that you want to avoid if you are one of those qualified workers.
And we take you inside a museum in Talbot County that's preserving not only the past, but the future as well. Why they're setting their sights on the years to come. Delmarva Life, life at its best. We'll be right back.
Delmarva Life is brought to you by Sussex County Federal Credit Union, guiding you to your financial future. Peninsula Regional Medical Center, honored to serve the entire Delmarva Peninsula since 1897. Your local York and Mitsubishi dealers. And State Farm Insurance. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.